with them. We're now joined by John Stubbins. He's the host of the Indivisible podcast, who originally broke the story of Schiff's obscene corruption and hypocrisy. John, you've been on this case for a long time, and you kept trying to tell people about it, right? You gave the information to Congress, if I recall correctly. So somebody, it seems, passed that along, and finally we might see some accountability for Schiff.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Emerald. God bless you, my friend. Before I get started, I just want to say your last guest, give her my number. I'm working very closely with Tom and his team, the Borders Our team. And yes, the answer to that is we are going to be coming down on these people very hard, but we can only get so many per day. So just hang in there, folks. Sure. We're coming after these people, okay? Now, on to Adam Schiff. So, yes, we did file an ethics complaint last year with the House, which was flagged several times. It went to legal oversight. They did nothing. And I'm not surprised by that, because we believe that there are other members in the House that are compromised, and that they'll talk big in front of the cameras about Adam Schiff, but when it comes time to actually do something, we gave them the opportunity. We laid it in their basket. All they had to do was bring us in to testify in front of the committee, lay out the evidence, and Schiff would have been finished. But they wouldn't do that, so the question is why? Fast forward, Schiff runs for Senate because his time in the House is basically over, because he has already been censured, which everybody knows. So he runs for Senate so that he can regain some semblance of power, because he doesn't have it in the House anymore. So he wins the senatorial race out in California, and here he is sitting in the U.S. Senate right now. He's not legally allowed to be there, okay? Everything that President Trump said in his statement is 100% accurate. Everything you said, 100% accurate. But here's the topper. That's not everything. The mortgage fraud is only one piece of this. This is theft. This is homeowners insurance fraud. This is voter fraud. All of these combined. We've got this guy on at least 5 felony counts, okay? There is no excuse for them not to bring us in, and I'm making a plea to President Trump: get a hold of me. I will lay out everything for you. Get me a U.S. attorney to take up the case that my investigative partner, Chris Bish, filed with the FHFA, which was just handed down as a criminal referral, which you mentioned, okay, by the main man over there, Pulte. I think his name is Pulte. So Pulte filed the criminal referral based on my friend Chris and our investigation, giving him everything on a silver platter. But the only portion that Pulte can make the criminal referral on is just the mortgage fraud, not the other 4 pieces that we have. This is a whole deal. So we need a U.S. attorney to prosecute Schiff on the whole deal, because it goes with the homeowners insurance fraud, the theft, the voter fraud. It's all together. Okay? So my plea is for someone out there who's got guts to get on the phone with President Trump and have him call me, and I'll lay it all out for him, and he's going to love it, because we've got him, and we've got his wife as well, because his wife, she signed everything that Adam Schiff did, and it's all falsified.
Yeah, I wish we had those pull up, because I remember you send me those documents. I've seen those documents when we originally did the story, and yes, her name is on them there in plain black and white. the question is, the criminal referral was sent by Bill Pulte, as you noted,
Right.
but will Trump's DOJ actually prosecute?
I
Because,
need
as
look,
you
I,
said,
I need a U.S. attorney who can't be bought. Okay, give me Janine Pirro. Give me somebody over there that's got guts, that's not going to back down to Adam Schiff or anybody else because they're compromised. We've got too many people in our Congress right now that are compromised some fashion or another. It might be through Act Blue. It might be through the Russia hoax. It might be Schiff. Who knows what their deal is? But I can tell you this. I put this in the lap of Jim Jordan, and he did nothing. Nothing. Okay? I want to thank Byron Donalds because Byron Donalds is the only congressman that helped me to get it over there. Okay? And this is after John Solomon, Peter Schweitzer, Seamus Bruner, everybody looked at this. They all said, John, this investigation's complete. You and Chris have done your homework. You've got everything. So what's the holdup?
I mean, we can just add that to the long list of actions that Jim Jordan has not taken. And the whistleblowers from the FBI know that Jim Jordan very well. And we mentioned that there's probably other Democrats. We know that Letitia James, the Attorney General in New York, is accused of very similar mortgage fraud and is facing her own legal woes as a result, though it's still, unknown if she'll actually have accountability for that as well. But I suspect it was a Republican-led Congress that did nothing with the information you gave them. I suspect it's not just Democrats who are correct.
That's right. That's right. And also Mosby. Right? Isn't Mosby also guilty of this as well?
I don't know that specific situation, but perhaps.
Okay. But yeah, you're right, Emerald. It's Republicans as well, because look, we sent it over to the House Ethics Committee. They flagged it twice. They sent it to legal oversight. They flagged it twice, and they just dragged their butts through the election and did nothing. All they had to do was bring us in, and it would have been done. But they refused to do it. Why? So, that being said, I need President Trump's help. If President Trump will call me, him and I can figure out how to get somebody over there. He just appointed Janine Pirro. Let's get Janine Pirro on the case.
Yeah, let's get Judge Janine on the case. I think this would be one that she would really enjoy prosecuting. Thank you so much, John. Like I said, I've got a list going of the things Jim Jordan did not do. That includes being presented with evidence of election fraud that he also ignored and did nothing about. Jim Jordan will have to answer one day for all of these serious national security issues that he ignored, that he should have addressed. And this is just another one of them. Thank you so much, John Stubbins.
And Emma, let me just say this. He's my congressman. He's my congressman in Ohio. He wouldn't come on my show. He wouldn't pick up the phone and call me. All of his aides had the information. They did nothing.
Yeah. Well, usually the aides will call you and say, this isn't exactly right, and try to talk you down, or call your friends and have them try to talk you down. I'm not surprised he wouldn't come on your show. He came on mine one time. But yeah, hasn't come back on. Thank you so much, John Stubbins. Well, keep us posted. I do have a feeling that you will hear from President Trump. I honestly do. I feel like this segment will make its way over there, as many of the others have, and people hear from him directly, because it will probably take direct action and direction from President Trump. That's what we've seen in many other situations in this administration, this second term, that something wasn't getting done, and it took direct involvement from the president himself, when it shouldn't have had to have, right?